All right, back here for another YouTube on Saturday. 49ers released their injury report today for the Week 1 game against the New York Jets. We'll get to all that, but first, thanks again for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Also, like this video if you want to see more of them. Okay, so a couple of things with the injury report. No big surprise, Yetur Gross-Matos out with the knee injury, right knee. I do see him rehabbing on the side, so it shouldn't be too long before he's able to get back out there. D. Winters also out for this game with an ankle injury. The two notable ones, I think, the most notable and just kind of like what's going to happen here, Talanoa Hufanga is doubtful with the knee as he tries to go through physical therapy to get back on the field. He's been cleared to practice, he's been cleared to play, but I don't think he's quite ready. The team doesn't feel confident in him getting out there quite yet. So don't expect him to suit up for this game on Monday night. Do expect George Odom, the veteran, to step in and be in the starting lineup, and more than likely Tracy Walker III, coming over from the Detroit Lions. He will probably be in uniform as the third or fourth safety, along with Malik Mustafa. So I don't know exactly which way the 49ers would go if they need to plug in a backup safety in this game, assuming that Talanoa Hufanga is out of action, whether they'd go with Walker, who has a lot more experience, or Mustafa, who's been here for the entire training camp but a rookie and still probably not up to speed in the 49ers defense. Christian McCaffrey is listed as questionable. I still expect him to be on the field. He's nursing that calf injury and Achilles, so a little bit of question because he's questionable, whether he's going to be out there. And also Aaron Banks is questionable as well. I do expect both of the questionable guys to play, McCaffrey and Banks. I would expect, obviously, the guys who are out to be out, and also Hufanga, who's doubtful. I don't expect him to play either. So here's the situation with the 49ers, is that one of the big questions going into training camp was what they're going to do with their nickel defense. And I did talk to Isaac Yiadom after practice today, and he's an impressive guy. He's a guy that has bounced around the NFL. This is his 6th team, and it's kind of surprising based on what we saw when he was practicing with the 49ers before he had an ankle injury, a little bit of a setback there, but also just the way teammates and coaches talk about him. The guy is seen as a big-time pro, guy who does all the right things, has put himself in position to kind of nail down a spot on the team, and it looks like he has it right here, as during the 49ers nickel situations, it looks like Diamador Lenore will move inside to cover the slot receiver, with Charvarius Ward staying on the outside on one side, and then Isaac Yiadom coming in. Yiadom has an opportunity to really kind of entrench himself here with the 49ers. He had a very good season with the Saints last year. The Saints wanted him back, but he felt like the 49ers gave him his best opportunity to be successful. One thing he said that he did not take into consideration, but that has kind of come to the forefront here since he's been with the 49ers, is that he does have an opportunity to be around for a long time. And he said, I hope that this is my final stop in the NFL. And the reason is because of, I guess, the uncertainty for the future with Charvarius Ward, with Diamador Lenore, both entering the final years of their contract. 49ers probably won't be able to sign both of those guys if they play at the level that everybody expects them to play with here within the building. So that conceivably leaves an opportunity for Yiadom and perhaps Renardo Green as early as next year to be a starter. Renardo Green enters this season, looks like is probably the top backup on the outside and the top backup on the inside at nickelback. So Isaac Yiadom says he figured out a lot of things during his time with the New Orleans Saints, and he's ready to apply that for a full season with the 49ers, beginning with a very strong challenge on Monday night against Aaron Rodgers. And by the way, Yiadom, his rookie season was with the Packers. He went up against Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers a lot in practice. That helped him during that time as a young guy growing, and now he hopes that he can kind of tap into that background and have a good game on Monday night, because he will get challenged a lot in this game. So 49ers and the Jets should be an intriguing matchup in this game. Going back to McCaffrey, a guy that, I've watched him a lot on the practice field. He looks like, he's taken it a little bit easy, limited in practice this week, but the way he spoke on Friday was like there was no question in his mind that he'd be able to play in this game, and he thinks he can take on a full workload. I would suspect, just because of where the conditioning is and maybe not being in great football shape, having not gone through that entire training camp, that there would be some points in this game where the 49ers would say, Christian, sit this series out, Jordan Mason, get in there. The same is also possible with Trent Williams. I asked Chris Furster about this yesterday, and he said that there is not a plan to put Jalen Moore in for a series or two for Trent Williams to catch his breath, but that is certainly a possibility, and that's one of those situations where they're going to see how the game develops in case that is something that they might want to consider. Obviously, they don't want to do that. They want Trent Williams out there for every snap, so we'll see how that goes. And also with Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk was able to run some routes last Saturday, catch some passes from Brock Purdy, had the full week of practice as the 49ers put in their game plan to face the Jets. Don't expect him to play, the 90-95% of the time that he has played in the past. Because the 49ers can shuffle in some guys in there in place of Brandon Ayuk to have some more of a rotation going on. There's a lot of confidence in Juwan Jennings, who is not on the injury report, so that's good news. For the 49ers, he will definitely play in this game. And also Chris Conley. Chris Conley is a guy that the 49ers have a lot of faith in as a wide receiver as well. And then, of course, Jacob Cowing, who should handle the punt returns.